my name is Chelsea and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we have my February book haul. Video, I have 16 books to haul, which is the reason we are doing this in a separate video from my actual February wrap-up. I did actually just post that as well, so I will leave it linked down below for you in case you're looking for that. And I said 16 books that I purchased or got in the month of February. But one thing I did want to mention really quickly is I forgot to haul these in January. They came in January. These are the Afterlight editions of the Well Met series by Jen DeLuca. I have read all of these previously. I just really absolutely love them. So I needed to have these special editions as well. And I just completely forgot that I had them until after that video was posted. So let's run through these quickly. So here we have Well Met. I absolutely love the art on these. I will try and leave the artist link down below for you as well so you can see. I love that we have the gradient edges, like it's just so cool. And then we also do have art underneath the dust jacket. So like the front of the dust jacket is like their normal day-to-day look, and then underneath is their Ren Fair look. And I just absolutely love that. There are no cool end papers or anything, but that is perfectly fine. And every single book is hand signed. Here is our cover for Well Played. And the gradient edges. And again, I just absolutely love their Ren Fair looks, especially because we do have the cat and his little like dragon wings. It's adorable. And our signature. Here is our cover for Well Matched. And all of these things do actually have different places in the Ren Fair on the back. Like they're not all the same exact thing. Here is the sprayed ombre edges for this with the Ren Fair look and our signature. And finally we have Well Traveled. The gradient ombre edges here. The Ren Fair look, and the cat is back. I absolutely love it. And the signature. So those, like I said, I did receive in January, although I obviously pre-ordered them last year, and I just 100% forgot to haul them last month. So now we have some physical books to haul, we have some ebooks to haul. Let's get into it. Let's start off with some pre-orders, things that I did definitely pre-order from Barnes & Noble. I think most of these were ordered during a 25% off of pre-orders sort of sale, but one of them was not. I probably could have gone back and like canceled the original pre-order and then re-pre-ordered it because it was still before the release date. I didn't do that though. This is Heartsong by TJ Klune. Can we actually see this cover? There, that's a little bit better. This is the third book in the Green Creek series. I've only read Wolfsong, but I absolutely loved it. And I know I'm going to continue to want to read these books, and I love the covers so much. But this is usually found family. It is werewolves, pack, that kind of stuff. I don't know the plot of this one at all, but I have all the books pre-ordered. Like the fourth one will come in later this year sometime, and so I love the covers of these so much. This is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, so we do have something on the naked hardcover. I don't 100% know what it's supposed to be. I'm sure my heart will shatter when I know what this actually is for, but I love the fact that we have something underneath the dust jacket. We do have some really nice end papers. And then because it is also the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, there is an exclusive short story at the end of every single one of these editions. I believe they're all connected in some way, but I have not read the short story from Wolfsong and then continued on yet because I've read Wolfsong back when it was like exclusively indie published, so I do need to read the short stories and then continue on with the series for sure. Another pre-order that released at the very end of January that came in at the very beginning of February is A Quantum Love Story by Mike Chen. This, from my understanding, is going to be like a sci-fi sort of romance in here. Like I don't think it's necessarily a romance, but it does have a romantic relationship, and basically these people are like going through time loops, and I think there's at least 2 of them that are trapped together, and they sort of create lives in these time loops, but as time goes on, they start to forget things. I don't know where else this is going to go, but it does say a quantum love story. I really, really want to read this one. It just sounds so intriguing. Like, I love sci-fi, I love time travel, time loop sort of things, and I like romance in my books, even if it's not like the main focus of the book. I really just need to try this out. Also, I have a different book by Mike Chen, which is We Could Be Heroes, and both of them have a cat, this book and that one, on the cover somewhere, so I don't know if the cats actually like play into it in a big way, but like I'm very intrigued by that. Then a book that came out in February that I pre-ordered is The Princess Protection Program by Alex London. This is a middle grade book. It's actually very short. I should be able to get to this very quickly. And this is about a princess who like wakes up like from her fairy tale and doesn't really want the happily ever after with her prince, so she goes to this princess protection program, and then she's like, is everything as it seems? I don't know anything else than that, but like I just really love this cover and stuff too. Anywhere people tell stories, someone is always telling one about a princess in peril. Like, yeah. Okay, so that was the Barnes & Noble stuff that I pre-ordered. Let's go to the Kickstarter stuff that came in February. This is stuff from a series where I've already gotten one thing by this author, and this is sort of like a continuation of the series. The book that I got last year was Rapunzel. The ones that I got this year, one of the covers, I didn't realize this earlier, it's a little bit wrinkly, but I think we're gonna be okay. We have, I don't know which one is 2 and which one's 3, and I don't think it really matters. We have Aurora and the Dragon, and thank you, Beast Protocol. These are both by A.L. Davidson, and these are like fairy tale retellings in a sci-fi futuristic setting, which I absolutely love. I read Rapunzel, which is like a Rapunzel sort of retelling last year, gave it 4 stars, really enjoyed it. Like, I loved the sort of concept, but these are like zine sort of style, so each one is basically a short story, but they're published separately. And so I definitely want to read these. I know one of these ones has some of the characters from Rapunzel coming back, making, I don't know if they're main characters or side characters or just like cameo appearances, but I really love those characters and wanted to see them more, so I'm very excited for these ones. Now let's just get into things that I bought during the month. So the next 4 books that I have here, I actually did a Barnes & Noble shopping vlog and haul, so you would have seen them there if you watched that video. If not, I will leave a link down below. But they're all romances. So the first one I have here is Say You'll Be Mine by Naina Kumar. This was my book club pick for February. I've already read it and talked about it in my wrap up, but we will have a discussion for this for the Patreon book club very, very soon, and I'm very excited to see what people say about this one. This is a fake engagement story because we do have 2 main characters, Meghna and Karthik, who are Indian, and their parents are trying to arrange a marriage, like an arranged marriage, and they both have different reasons for wanting to be in this fake engagement. One of them trying to get his mother off his back because they want him to find a bride, and the other one needs a date to a wedding to the guy that she sort of still has a crush on from college. So I really liked the idea of the tropes in this one. Like, fake dating is one of my favorite things, and this brings it just a little bit more into the focus because fake engagement. Also, both of our characters are Indian, and so because of that, we do have a lot of family and culture tied into this book, which I really liked as well. The next one I picked up was Morbidly Yours by Ivy Fairbanks. This one I have not read yet. Most of the things that I'm hauling I have not read. I read Say You'll Be Mine, and that's about it. This is a romance set in Ireland. Yes, in Ireland. And it revolves around a woman who I believe is a widow now, and she meets this guy who owns a cemetery undertaker business sort of thing, and I think is going to be like a friends to lovers, maybe even fake dating situation. Like, she's helping him to get better at like asking women out and this kind of stuff, because she's not really looking for love. And then I think that friends to lovers aspect comes in. This concept and this cover art specifically just sounded very intriguing for me, so I definitely picked it up. The next one I picked up during that trip was Game On. Can we see the covers of these? There we go. By Ceresia Glass. This one is going to be dealing with a video game sort of at the center in the fact that our main female character makes a review about this game, talking about like the differences between the women and the men in the game, and I think like accessibility and things like that. And it's not a very nice review, and I think it's his game or his game company, and then he ends up like hiring her without knowing that she's the one that made the review to make it better, and things happen from there. And I just really am interested in this one. I love video games. I love the concept of this, and again, the covers on these, I love them. I had to pick it up. And the last one I picked up during that vlog was Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous edition, annotated edition. I was not planning on getting this. I have been semi-interested in this book for a while and just haven't read it. I feel like it has a sort of cult following, and I've been very intrigued by it. This is about a guy named Archer who is mute. I don't 100% know if it's deaf mute or just mute, and I'm very curious to see how I'm going to feel about this book, especially because so many people seem to love it. But yeah, I could not pass up this gorgeous edition. Like, we have sprayed edges, we have a very cool design with like the gold underneath the dust jacket, and then like I said, it is annotated, and so because of that, can we see? Like, there's big margins, but then they have the annotations every so often. Like, I don't know. There was something about it that I could not pass up, but also the fact that I have a Barnes & Noble membership that gives me extra money off and things like that. Like, I picked it up. Okay, we have two more physical books that, again, I just bought out and about, and then we will get into the ebooks because I do have some of those this month. One of them is Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone by Benjamin Stevenson. This I picked up at Costco because I was at Costco doing grocery shopping. Presley absolutely loves the books at Costco. They have a great children's book area. I mean, I guess like the book area has a lot of great children's books. And so we go there pretty much every single time Presley's with me because he needs a book. He needs a book. I mean, what can I say? He is my child. He needs a book. And I saw this one there for a pretty good price. I had mentioned it in my like reading BookTube's best books of 2023. And I didn't get to it back then because of the fact that like I would have had to get it from my library, and there was a huge wait for both the ebook and the audiobook. So I picked it up, and it is on my TBR for this month because my husband picked, bless you, because my husband picked it and you guys voted on it. So I'm gonna be trying to read this month. I'm very excited for it because yeah, this is about somebody who says everybody in their family has killed someone, and there's like stories to that. I'm very, very intrigued. And then the last physical book I have here is Season of the Dragon by Natalie Wright. This is a book that I picked up at the Arizona Renaissance Festival. This author was doing a book signing there. There are tons of shops at the Arizona Renaissance Festival. I actually went recently, which is why I have this, and did a little vlog while I was there, just our day and what we did. The Arizona Renaissance Festival has permanent buildings there. They're not like nice buildings, it's mostly like facades and like structures and things like that, because it's pretty much only used for the Renaissance Festival, and then it sits dormant most of the year, and then they go and like refurbish and stuff. Well, there's a bookstore there for the Renaissance Festival, and this author was doing a book signing, and you know what? Something about this got me. First of all, gorgeous cover again. This is what intrigued me originally. Also, I made a video about dragons recently as well. I have not read a ton of dragon books, and this was Season of the Dragon. So again, very intrigued. I'm pretty sure there's dragons in here. And then she was talking about how this is actually her adult fantasy. It's the first book in a series. I don't think anything else has been written yet, but this is the first one. She has some YA stuff that I was like, you know what? I'm very much more in the adult area of my life. And she talked about how this is like focusing on like almost like an anti-hero sort of thing, like the chosen one but not the chosen one, like trying to subvert those tropes. And so again, very, very intrigued by this. So yeah, Quen wasn't born to save the world, she was created to destroy it. So like an anti-hero, anti-chosen one in a fantasy setting. I had to pick it up. Okay, and then we have 5 ebooks. So one of them is something that I picked up through Amazon. I want to say the author had it for sale for like 99 cents, and I had a credit on my Amazon account. So I did pick up You're So Dead to Me by Stephanie Holmes. I've been very curious about Stephanie Holmes' books because this author is blind. Now, not all people that are blind are like 100% completely blind. I do believe this is something that happened to this author like a little bit later in life, or it is like something that's been gradually happening. But I know one of the other series that she has written is about a main character that has the same sort of eye condition that she does. I don't think this one plays into it at all, but this is the one that was on sale, so I definitely picked it up. This is going to be like a why choose romance, and it says, what do you do when 3 hot possessive ghosts want to jump your bones? So I'm Bree and I see dead people. Not all dead people, only those with unfinished business. They're everywhere. I'll be eating my breakfast and a poisoned heiress glares over my Cheerios, and I can't even enjoy the wilderness without being accosted by chattering ex-hikers who don't understand which mushrooms are edible. I like the idea that this is going to be semi-funny as well, like not maybe overtly, but like there's a sarcastic nature to this summary and I like it. I've returned to my hometown of Grimdale to cat sit for my parents while I plan my next move. I'm looking forward to raiding their fridge, hanging out with their 2 mischievous kittens, and staying far, far away from anything supernatural. But I forgot that I'm never alone in Grimdale. The 3 ghosts I used to play with as a kid are back in my life again, only now I'm their age and they're infuriatingly attractive. There's the slightly psychotic Roman soldier who loves the Great British Bake Off, the bossy aristocratic royal prince who demands the finer things in life or death, and the blind Victorian gentleman adventurer who doesn't have a mean bone in his body, or any bones for that matter. Okay, so we're having a blind guy instead of the female, but again, very, very interested. I'm not going to read more because there is a ton more, but it does say it's a darkly humorous paranormal romance series. I definitely want to read this. The other series that I was talking about actually has the main female character in like a magical bookshop, and the why choose romance love interests are like Heathcliff and Dracula, I think, and the people from books, like the anti-heroes and things like that from literature. I definitely want to read those too, but I'm very excited about this one. Then I picked up 4 things during Pharaoh Feb's like Valentine's giveaway sort of thing. Every single day, I think from February 1st to February 14th, they were doing a free release from an author, usually a short story or a novella, sometimes a book. I picked up 4 things because I'm just sort of picky about tropes and things like that, so these are the ones that intrigued me. The first one I have here is Heir of Seas and Sorrows by Elena R. Galea. Marina knows who she, Princess of the 7 Seas, heir to the Coral Throne, and the only daughter of the High King. Not a full sentence, but okay. Her father has commanded her to find a husband in the next 7 days. All she wants is to find someone who is as smart as he is considerate. Unfortunately, those males seem to be in short supply. Calix has been guarding Marina for the past decade. Strong and silent, he's been watching from the sidelines as she rejects suitor after suitor. He's been harboring a secret, a big one. He loves her. What good can come of a guard in love with the princess he's paid to protect? I love the idea of a bodyguard romance sort of thing, so that's why I picked this one up. The next one I picked up is Transfer Wizard by Youll.B.Mine. This is actually not listed on Goodreads anywhere. I don't know if I'm allowed to be that person and going to the author's like frequently asked questions on Goodreads or anything and be like, hey, are you gonna add this? Because for some reason I do understand that not all the authors that we've gotten for Pharaoh Feb things put their book on Goodreads when it's just a free giveaway, even though I would like to track my reading, please. But Youll.B.Mine is the author of Prince and Assassin, which was my top book of last year. So this, I believe, is a male-male romance short story based with wizardry and magic. I don't know anything else about it because of the fact that it's not on Goodreads, and I don't think I saved the email talking about this book, but I basically one-clicked it because it was Youll.B.Mine. Then the next one I picked up is The Magic Thief by A.K. Mulford. This is a very, very short summary. It just says, Valkyrie Windsborn travels the realm, stealing magic at the behest of an evil sorcerer. But when a former lover appears alive, Valkyrie must risk it all to help the beautiful giantess get her magic back. It's fantasy, romance, and it says it's lesbian specifically. So yeah, again, there might have been a slightly larger summary on the newsletter thing that I got from Pharaoh Feb, but I was very curious about this one. And then the last one that I picked up for the entire month of February, again, during Pharaoh Feb stuff is To Rule a Fae Throne by chelsea.zhao.reads. There are fae far worse than me lurking in the woods. I am Aspen, king of the autumn court. With me lies the great and terrible burden of hosting this century's 100-year reaping. 2 human girls will be sent to my palace. I'll hold not only their lives, but also the fate of the fair isle in my hands. I get to decide whether peace is maintained or left to crumble beneath the tides of war. Wouldn't you know, it's a bloody, rotten chore. So, this is a short story prequel leading up to book 1 in the Fair Isle trilogy, which is To Carve a Fae Heart. Romance. It says young adult fantasy romance. I don't 100% know anything else about it. There was something, obviously, that I wanted to read. I think in the Pharaoh Feb newsletter thing, they give a little bit more of like spice level and like tropes and stuff. This is one of the things that they do in general, and so I'm sure there was something about that specifically that I wanted to read. Like, I'm not mad at this summary, but I can't remember if there was something specific that I was looking for with this book. But I have it. I love the cover of this one too, actually. And so, yeah. So that is going to be it for today. Like I said, 16 new books to haul for February, plus those ones that I forgot to show you in January. And if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up to let me know. Subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more videos. I do have videos coming out Tuesdays, Thursdays, and sometimes Saturdays. So I will see you then. Bye.